What's up, everybody, and welcome to the CockBlockCorner. This is episode number 6. Obviously not quite as a build-up and entry as we had last week with the podcasts on location RTX, but hey. Who do we have this week? We have, let me bring up my Discord, we have Aron,
Yo.
we have Kat,
Hello.
and we have Lucy as well.
Hey guys.
So how's everyone feeling after what is now over a week since RTX?
Still exhausted.
Well, we're back to
much
image instead of video.
I'm much better now.
Yeah, that was a long couple of days, to say the least. Yeah, it was fun though. I can believe we would all say it was fun.
Yeah.
It was good.
Definitely,
Can't
Something
wait
we'll
till next
remember
year.
for a long time.
definitely would do it again, that's for sure. And hard.
Yeah.
Including actually doing the podcast on location, which was a lot.
Yeah, maybe play a few games next time.
If someone remember brings the power cord.
Yeah, so basically I brought everything down. I brought down 4 microphones, I brought down 2 cameras, I brought down a PS4, we got controllers, I had the Elgato, we had a laptop. I didn't bring a power cable for the PS4.
The one thing we needed. Oh, that was brilliant.
But hey, we all enjoyed ourselves, that was the important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it was a nightmare for us to even meet up half the time. We were all in different panels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Saturday was out because some of us had the VIP party.
I
Yeah.
was so drunk.
Nah, it's not drunk. You're just having a good time.
do you know what?
Oh no, I was.
Seeing as how you brought it up,
Yeah.
we may as well just jump straight into this.
Yeah.
Assuming this isn't you being pressured, if you don't
No.
want to, we will not.
Okay, so I had a very exciting RTX. So my favourite member of Rooster Teeth is Ellie, Bernie's assistant. I love her so much. So at the VIP party, I went and first met Matt. He was really cool. I talked to him about Lay's team and all that and how he inspired me. So that was really good. And then I got very drunk. And I went up to Bernie and said, I love you, but where's Ellie? Because I couldn't find her.
Alright.
I said, I love you, but where's Ellie?
You should have done a Mickey tape thing from the RTAA
Yeah.
when Bernie was drunk. You should have given him popcorn.
But he said, she's behind you. And I went, okay, great. I'll meet you tomorrow. I have a signing with you.
Oh, no.
So I went over to her and hugged her and got a selfie with her. So then I got very drunk and then didn't wake up for an extra hour the next day. And then Sunday came along and I had a signing with Matt and Bernie. So at the beginning of the line when we were lining up, Matt was throwing sweets into the crowd.
Yeah, I almost got hit by them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even in that queue.
He was throwing these sour sweets into like Gavin and Jeff's line as well, yeah. And
Yeah.
so yeah, he was there and it was fun. But I got up to them and told them that I met them both at the VIP party. And Matt was like, oh yeah, I remember you. We talked about Lay's team. And then Bernie was like, And I was like, I need to apologise to you for what I said last night. And he said, you better apologise. So I said sorry. And Matt was just standing there confused about why Bernie was acting this way. And then I explained, and he absolutely loved that I'd done that. So he got one of his sour sweets and gave it to me and said, I normally throw these at people, but take this. So I got one of his sour sweets. And then they normally put us all next to the line and take photos after they've done a load of signings. And while I was waiting for my photo, Ellie came over, and Bernie, when Ellie looked and pointed at me, and she went, "Ow!" and came and hugged me, because she remembered me from that before as well. And I was just standing there like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening right now. But I got a photo with all three of them. And yes, so that was my adventure for RTX. Very exciting.
Our drunk mishap turned into a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it was very memorable. I'm not going to forget it. And I've still got the sour sweet. I haven't eaten it yet. It's all good.
Hopefully it doesn't expire.
Yeah, it was a really great time.
Well, that's not anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that's actually
Yeah.
quite.
That's
you know,
very tame.
Yeah.
It's it was a good story. It's definitely something that tells you a lot about how someone like Bernie reacts, because that's exactly the way he deals with anyone.
Yeah, it was all true fun, and I'll say out of everyone, in all of the people that I met that weekend, I think Matt was the sweetest. He was so nice.
Yeah,
It was-
that is.
It was
truly
amazing. Yeah.
awesome.
So it was worth all of the anxiety and stuff about having to apologise the next day, because it was just such a good time.
Trust me, there was definitely no apology needed there. They understand things.
I know completely, but I was drunk and I understand. I had so many strawberry sunrises. That was the issue.
Sounds
Because they had
absolutely
speciality drinks,
amazing.
and so I drank loads of them. But how was everyone else's RTX?
Really
Amazing.
good. I'm so happy I met Gray and Kerry. Couldn't find Miles though.
Oh,
I really wanted to find Miles and get him to sign my taupe Ruby D&D poster.
oh,
Uh,
awesome.
Oh well, next year I will.
yeah. Slowly crossing off the list of people to find.
Yeah, it was a good experience. It was obviously a little hectic, with everything being so last minute and then trying to do the podcast and stuff. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Very much enjoyed it. It was great seeing everyone. It was great catching up with some of the RT personalities that were there. And it was good to see just, it shows with the way that attendance was and the way that everything went, that this is going to be a big event very quickly.
Yeah.
Mm.
But hey, no, that was RTX. Apparently it's MCM this weekend as well, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we have
I'm
it.
going to that as well.
So they've literally had the biggest convention, now followed by the second biggest convention.
Yeah.
Well,
Ours was
MCM
better.
compared to RTX in size-wise, MCM wins at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
RTX is definitely more fun
it's
and
five
hopefully bigger.
times as big. Yeah.
we'll see soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone seemed to enjoy that. But one thing that is big now, and at least over the next couple of weeks, is just all the different games that are being released. There's just far too many.
Yeah.
Even
Yep,
that
we're in
week,
holiday season.
We're just hit by so many.
Louis,
Yay.
tomorrow's, well, when this comes out, Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We have Wolfenstein 2, Super Mario Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, all coming out tomorrow.
Assassin's Creed Origins coming out in just a few hours' time.
I know. And it's just cool.
Oh,
Like-
so
Destiny
that's
early
why
release.
this podcast is going to be so short. You're
Yes.
getting ready. You're getting
And also because we're on Destiny.
ready.
Everyone is actually not focused on the podcast. This is just like a podcast let's play sort of thing right now.
Yeah.
This is Dude Soup, if anything.
But no, there's still quite a few big games coming out. We'll get Battlefront 2 coming out next month. Like you said, we've got Assassin's Creed out tomorrow. What else have we
Sonic,
got here?
Sonic Forces.
Yep, that's coming out as well.
Yep.
So it's unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Call of Duty World War Two
Yeah.
is coming out next week, I think it is.
And there's another Lego movie, Lego game
Yeah.
coming out. Not movie.
A lot of stuff's coming out
Superheroes
for
2.
the Switch.
Ooh, a Lego game coming out? That's my type of game. I'm
Yeah.
rubbish at video games, so Lego is my game to play.
Well, I
They
mean,
can be quite fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's new Pokemon games coming out for the 3DS as well.
Yeah, it's the Sun and Moon, like
Ultra
next
Sun and
version?
Moon.
yeah, because
Um,
that's what Pokemon does now. It's like, oh, let's make it Ultra or some shit like that.
Oh, this game sold. Let's make it again with slightly better graphics, and we'll sell it again. Always
Yeah.
that's sort of our own fault because then they just get used to that.
And then Animal Crossing is coming out on iOS and Android as well.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I can finally play it.
I did love Animal Crossing. That was a lot of fun.
There's just not enough time in the world.
Yeah, there really isn't. Like, we got I'm just looking at this game's calendar right now for just the Switch itself, and I'm counting 18, 20 games coming out for the Switch in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Hmm. And there's quite a few VR games coming out as well to the
Oh.
computer.
Speaking of VR, there's the Until Dawn one. The Inpatient. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I've-
I know
oh, one
about
sec,
the
here it is.
Doom one
Impatient.
and the Fallout 4 one.
Yeah,
Okay.
The Inpatient. It's a prequel to Until Dawn. If you played Until Dawn, that was the choose your own adventure butterfly effect.
Okay,
game.
I will say this now. The game I was thinking of, what I just realised it wasn't it, it was Undertale. I was just like, how the fuck are you gonna have a prequel to Undertale VR? Just like, the fuck, that's gonna look so bad. And then it's like, Until Dawn? Oh yeah, now I remember that one.
Yeah, no, this I've actually been looking forward to this since they announced it back at E3. It looks really good. They set it in. There's an asylum that you sort of go into that's dilapidated and all that sort of stuff. In Until Dawn, and the game is actually set in that asylum. I think it's going to be quite good. Unfortunately, I don't have PSVR anymore, so I'm not going to be able to play it until sometime.
Is it just VR?
That's my understanding.
Okay.
I may be wrong in that. I'm just having a wee look here, and it lists it purely as a PSVR experience, which
Hopefully not.
is annoying to say the least.
Yeah.
But
Is
no, that is
I
something I'm looking
have a
forward to. That's
question
out in
about that.
December.
Is that are they gonna get like actors again and all that stuff to do the face rig and all that stuff?
I would hope so. I haven't read too much into it because I want it to be basically my first experience of the game is the actual game itself.
I don't see why they wouldn't do that. It's yeah,
Because that was a big thing in the first game and everything, and I liked the fact about that.
yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I spent quite a bit of time. I probably spent about 50, 60 hours playing that, getting all the trophies and playing through all the different scenarios.
Oh, I played it once and beat it, and I was just like, oh, I got the best. I saved it. I got like the best ending. I saved everyone the first playthrough. Okay, I saved everyone my first playthrough, and I was like, alright, I'm done with this game now.
That was just dumb luck.
It really was.
No one knew that was definitely just unluck.
Oh,
I,
that's
I,
even more
I
of
can
an
make
insult.
good choices without realizing I make good choices.
What was the main character? What was Hayden's character called again? Let me look that up quickly. I got all the way through to the end. So you'll remember right at the end, the Wendigo's in the house, and
Yep.
you've got to basically hold the controller still.
Yep.
I lost Sam, I think her name was. Let me.
Oh yeah, she is mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost Sam because she's like the third one that you do it for. You do it for someone else, and you do it for someone else.
I
and then you
literally
do it-
think Sam can only literally die at the end there.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
basically, I held still for the first one, and whoever it was escapes. Then I held still for the second one, and whoever it was escapes. Then I'm thinking, right, it's going to be her next. I'm just going to put the controller down because I'm shaking too much. And as I'm putting the controller down, it appears on the screen. It registers it as moving, and damn, she's dead.
See, here's how I did that. It's like I literally played my controller on the desk. I was just like, all right, don't move, hands away. Just like never touched it one bit, and I was so happy I did that. Cheaty, but yeah.
It is.
Oh, look.
But hey,
Um,
it's all about having fun with it, and it's the same company, Supermassive, who are making the Inpatient. So I'm expecting it to be a really good game. I'm hoping that it won't just be PSVR and you'll be able to play it through just a standard TV screen. Obviously,
Hopefully, yeah.
not the same sort of experience, I would imagine.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be a lot of fun. What other games is
Well-
really interested in that's coming out over the next couple
Here's
months?
something that I'm pretty sure everyone still loves: Skyrim for the
Oh,
Switch
wow,
now.
Skyrim coming out on the Switch.
How are they actually going to play that on the Switch?
Well, here's the thing: the Switch isn't just motion controls. It does have like controls.
It is basically a big controller, so you can physically play it.
Or small
Ah.
controller if you want it to be.
Now, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they said that it's not going to be 1080p, it's only going to be 720.
Then what's the
Yeah.
point in playing it?
So
Yeah,
the
there's no
graphics
point
are
in
already
playing it
pretty
like
bad.
that,
I think the big thing is that you're going to be able to play Skyrim on the go. That's the big thing, because nothing else really allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Now,
The
anyone who
reason-
wants to play Skyrim on the go has probably played Skyrim a million times.
Yeah, why would you want to play it on the go?
Because you need to do all those side quests.
Yeah, it's a
Sometimes when you're on a plane- You want to play Skyrim while you're on a plane?
Yeah.
Like,
On a plane
Mm.
across the Atlantic, that's an easy 8 hours.
Yeah. 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 I think the reason why it's 720 is just because,
You can't handle
Yeah,
store
just
that
can't
much.
handle- Yeah.
like, even so, that screen is so small enough to be like, yeah, there's no way we're gonna fucking like do all these pixels together.
Yeah, on a screen that size, you don't even need 1080. 720 is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I am still trying to do Google searches just to make sure that what I'm saying is correct and I'm not. Yeah, so it will run on 720p at 30 frames a second. So it's not even going to be 720-60. Jesus Christ.
Not even 60. Well, then again, didn't the original Skyrim launch at 30?
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
shouldn't be too much of an issue because you can actually, like your graphics cards on a PC, you can still run at like 120. For
they may be
Yeah.
releasing it just as a first thing, and then they'll release an updated thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we'll see how it goes. Oh, there's that. Payday 2 is going to the Switch.
Seriously?
Oh,
That,
so far.
That's
Compared to PC, I would say.
yeah, it's
Mm.
quite funny that's come up after some of the stuff that has been worked on recently. Right.
I wonder
so
when
well,
they'd-
so-
I want to
Well,
know when the people at Payday are gonna fucking release that Walking Dead game. It's like it was announced like 3 years ago, and I still haven't seen anything of it. Just like, all right, still doing Payday. That's fine.
Oh,
I see you
Payday 2
announced
is
Payday
definitely
3
gonna
this
be-
year, but I'm like, cool. I'm still waiting for what you call it. The Resident Evil game is going to Switch.
They're taking that to the Switch.
Yeah, so we got the Resident Evil Revelations, I think it is, and
Oh,
number
right, that
2.
one.
Yeah, they're taking both those games. Not 5. Even though 5 is actually on sale at the moment on PS4, and I'm just like, do I want to get it and shit myself or not?
Some of the best videos that's ever been created have been horror game Let's Plays.
Yeah, and I want to do some horror, let's watch horrors, but I don't want to play them. Just
I
like,
hate horror games.
I
Someone else play 'em.
can't stand anything horror related.
That said, I do like 7 Days to Die in the Forest.
zombies I'm okay with, but Louis, when I've tried to play Dead Space 1, I've played it recently on the stream and everything, and I was just like, yeah, nope, I'm just sitting in this corner, just turn the game off, like, nope, not playing that again, not one bit.
You know, never got a chance to play any of the Dead Space stuff. I really have to get back into
Cool,
it.
you play, we'll watch. That's a video.
I'll be behind the sofa.
I'll be
Yeah,
behind
exactly.
my chair.
I'm going to be at my place, nowhere in the vicinity of the area.
Let's see, there's
Yeah,
so
I'll
many...
be behind the sofa in my house, far,
Yeah.
far away from you.
Far away from the game.
Here's something that looks like crap. I don't know if it is these guys, but Yoshi the Woolly Strikes Back. Probably messing that up, but it seems like the people who done the Rare Collection and all that stuff games.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that, I remember playing one of those so long ago.
Yeah, like it looks
Uh,
It looks like it would be belonging to like the Banjo-Kazooie universe and that stuff.
Yeah, so this one, it's going to be a 2D side-scroller, so wow, welcome to the 1990s. Sorry, I shouldn't really have done that, that was a
Well,
little mean.
You say that,
Cuphead
but
is side scroller.
like Sonic Mania does that, or like some of the Sonic games are going back to their roots on 2D side scrollers, but at the same time, being a 3D platformer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like Sonic Generations proved that very well.
Yeah, it's difficult for some of those older generation games to try and get back into, current times.
It is. Yeah, I do see that because it's the fact that we have this whole 3D space now. When back then a lot of it was mostly 2D in a sense. You could go mostly to a certain direction. We're going now back into duty. It seems like the people who were younger like me playing 2D games like, I want to remake this.
Yeah, the big one, we had Crash Bandicoot earlier in the year, which is great fun. I've still not completed 100% all 3 of the games. But I mean, the big one
I
just
still
now
need
that
to
a
get
lot
it.
of people seem to be wanting, and I'm just looking at some stuff now that's suggesting a release next year, is Spyro.
Oh, I
yes,
would love that. I
100%.
might have to get a PS4 for that.
I think everyone on the planet wants Spyro to be remastered, and
That was my childhood. And Crash.
Never
I
played
really-
it, but I know that it's really cool. It's really like a cool game. So I really do want to
Isn't
play it. Yeah.
It's an adorable purple dragon.
Like I think about a year ago, like I have them all on. I have all their games on like the PlayStation Network, the PS1 ones.
yeah.
So I've been playing them on my Vita, and I got like 125% on the first game. By the way, that is possible. That is literally the
Yeah, that's the maximum for the original Spyro.
yeah, and just like, all right, this doesn't seem possible, but it is. But those games are brilliant, and I would love to see it remastered. Hopefully, Spyro doesn't look like the Skylanders version, and actually looks like
no.
Yeah.
and actually looks like Spyro, because that would be good. Not the Skylanders, because that looks ugly. Poor dragon.
Yeah, I really would love to see Spyro. Spyro was amazing, and then they tried to bring it back with the whole Skylanders thing, and it just didn't really work. But no, the article I'm reading here on Tech Advisor, and I'll link to it in the description for the video, does say that it is realistic that a release date would be September 2018. And that'd be really good. That'd be less than a year away. I'm very much excited for that.
I might be able to afford a PS whatever it comes out on at that point. Having
What-
just upgraded to a new Xbox.
what you call it? Did anyone see the fan-made remastered of Spyro?
I saw a
no.
short video of it, yeah.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Was that the one created in Unreal Engine? was
Yeah,
it?
it was. It was
Oh,
the one
cool.
created in Unreal Engine, and it looked very well polished. He didn't actually have a lot of the mechanics working in it, because I'm guessing he just made most of the models and all that stuff. But it looked pretty well made. The fire effect looked lovely. The charge and all that stuff. Like, if it turns out anything like that, then I would be 100% happy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So I was actually just having a look there. As hopefully you guys will know, and anyone who watches knows, we do flashback. And we're trying to do some flashback specials for some big games that come out over like the last 10, 15 and 20 years and all that. Spyro is actually 20 years old in September. So that'd be the perfect time for it to be released because of all the nostalgia. So
Ooh.
This September or next September?
We've passed September, Cat.
Oh,
September.
okay, sorry. I keep forgetting what month it is.
September
God, has it been that
2018,
long?
And the exact date is the 9th. So that's actually theoretically a possible release date for a Spyro remaster.
Hopefully so.
And that would be pretty good. Obviously I would wish it was earlier, but the date works out, so it could be.
I'm happy to wait.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I know it's happening, I'll just be like, I'm saving all my money up to this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a PS4.
It's basically what will happen. I don't know if it would be probably would be platform. It'd be on a PS4. I don't think they'd do it in Xbox.
No, because the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is only PS4.
Yeah, it's not even on PC, is it?
No,
Uh,
not that I know of, actually.
Was it Naughty Dog? Oh, no, it was Insomniac who did Spyro, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
so
never seen
In-
any
Insomniac
Insomniac.
was also the ones who done the remaster for Crash.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Naughty Dog.
Was it Devolver Digital that done most of the graphic stuff, but it was under Insomniac?
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Let me just double check my.
What I say, just so I don't fuck up.
Yeah.
But that just increases the likelihood that it's only going to be on PS.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
yeah,
again, at the moment, the only one true physical game I actually have on my Xbox is Halo. I do have Gears of War, but I played it through PC, and I just got on games through the Xbox Gold Play thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah, games for gold.
Yeah, Games for Gold. And I'm just like, I have more games on PS4 than I do on Xbox, just because
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
Halo nerd.
Never had used PS4 at all.
just
Ever.
to clarify, it was Vicarious Visions,
Oh.
not Devolver Digital, but Vicarious Visions and Insomniac are both owned by Naughty Dog.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's still a possibility, but it will definitely be PS4.
I'm just wondering, like, because if they did make a remake for it, we saw all the is it Uncharted? Yeah, Uncharted
Yeah.
Easter eggs in the crash. It was just like, oh, cool. Would we see? I don't know. Maybe Skylanders. I fucking hope not. Or would we see the Crash Bandicoot trilogy Easter eggs just show up like in some of the hieroglyph places in Spyro, just be like a crash on the wall or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm hoping that there's something like that somewhere to hint to it.
Yeah, it'd be
The fact that they're
interesting.
saying it's a 2018 release is sort of saying that they might have already started working on it.
They probably would have had to.
So it's,
I don't know how long
is
it
an
takes
easy
to make a
job do a
game.
remaster, but not that easy.
Well, I had a lecture on video games this week, so I know it takes by an indie developer, and he said it took around about 3 years for him to get everything done. So, but
Yeah,
that's just an indie game. So this is like a mass-produced game, so it's probably going to take 2 years or something.
yeah. The big thing is with the remaster, it just really is the graphics more than anything. You know, going in and updating that to, just the general engines that we are able to use
Yeah,
on console and
Yeah.
stuff today.
like they're gonna have extend the code and everything to
Yeah.
work on the new
Well, that's
graphics.
of course
'Cause
if they actually still have the code.
Yeah.
The
That's-
big reason
that's
backed
true.
so long is because they had to rewrite the code from scratch.
They'll also have to make sure it can cope with the current number of people likely to play it. Oh no, it's a single player game, isn't it? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
yeah,
I
Like-
completely forgot what we were talking about then.
Since you brought up multiplayer games, we've got two of possibly the biggest multiplayer games coming up in November in Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront 2. We had the betas earlier this month. Did anyone have a chance to jump in for a little bit?
I
No.
no,
I don't do first-person shooters.
it was such a big download just for like multiplayer alone. Just like
It looks awesome though. It
They
looks so
really
cool.
do. I was working, so I just had no chance whatsoever.
here's the thing with me: it's like I like modern guns. I don't like I don't like olden guns like World War Two, World War One type style. And so I'm just like, for me, alright, the game kind of looks okay. It looks like you go down very quickly from what I've seen from James Butley play it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they definitely changed the way the whole thing works now. You're no
Yeah.
longer the bullet sponge you used to be in Call of Duty.
Well, I'm not going to play it then because I will be dead constantly.
Yeah, I will be dead 1 minute into every single game. Just yeah, agree
I'm quite
totally.
excited by it. I'm not a massive FPS player. I don't tend to do all that well, but the way that they're talking about this being more strategic and you've got to rely on everyone else in your team and things like that, it definitely makes it worthwhile
Oh no,
giving it a chance. I'm not.
That
gonna
makes
go
it
do
worse.
it's already going to be a bad game.
Yeah, see that I'm agreeing with that. Just like relying on your team in Call of Duty, unless you're definitely playing with mates, relying on the general public of Call of Duty, you're fucked.
You're just going to
You're
get
just fucked.
teabagged by your own team.
Yeah.
Like you already have like team player stuff like in Destiny, where like if one person does something wrong, then it just won't work.
It's just the community of the internet these days.
Yeah.
You fuck up once, no one will let you live it down. Just like
Mm. And
Like
also
the
the
thing
age
is
of
how
gamers
differences
is
run on
like,
it.
I know, very young children who have no control over their temper.
or
I-
say they know your mother or some sort of like that.
Yeah, they're the ones that use the worst language.
It's good. There's going to be so many videos on YouTube of people annoying little kids on it though.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna find that
almost
funny.
definitely.
That's hilarious.
Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, possibly the biggest thing being released, and it's released next month. Let me just find the exact
No, you need to talk about the biggest game that has just been released, which is South Park. It's the best
Yeah.
game ever.
I
Still
actually
need
want to play
the
that.
first one. I have the first one. I have not yet played it.
I
Oh,
need to play
come on.
both.
I don't like any of you anymore. It's just like, it's the best game.
Hey, I
really
said
do
I
wanna
need to
play
play it. I admit I need to play it. Watching Achievement Hunter play it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I can't stand the TV show. It's just not my type of thing, but the game looks fun.
I agree on, yeah.
I love the TV show. I'm just
The
surprised
TV
I haven't
show
played
is
the game yet.
Yeah,
Well-
I didn't even play, what was it, The Stick of Truth was the first one?
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
Stick of Truth, and I have not even started it yet.
They're both very awesome games, but go on, say what's the best game of the month.
Destiny?
Well, no, actually, before we jump into Destiny, the big thing to say is that, what is it next week or the week after? I still cannot find the release date for it.
Are you talking about Battlefront too?
No, talking about the Xbox One X.
Oh,
Oh,
Export
the-
Scorpio.
Oh, yeah.
That's November, I think.
Yes,
I
pretty sure
completely
it's
forgot
next
that was
week, but I
happening.
can't find anything on my list.
I can have a
Oh.
look at what
Oh,
my details
well,
are, because I pre-ordered it. If I can actually get off of Destiny.
Yep, because some people are playing Destiny whilst they're trying to do this.
Not my fault.
I can't believe you're still playing that when
I
I've already
can't
told you off.
stop!
Uh,
I get addicted to some stuff.
November 7th. So, not next week, the week after.
Hmm.
That's definitely going to hopefully bring the Xbox and Microsoft a little bit more on par with the PlayStation 4. At least with the... What's the...
Well, no, they don't have VR yet.
What's your new PS4?
Pro.
Is it just the Pro? I keep forgetting the name of it.
It is literally just Pro.
Ah,
Because they don't name their consoles stupid names.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, it's just haven't...
By the way, I just want to make a note. I have an Xbox. I used to be an Xbox fanboy. Prefer the PS4 right now. And I prefer any consoles really, just because I don't discriminate.
Yeah, no, the best way to deal with it is if a game is only on one console, just get that console so you can play it. That's my opinion.
Yep,
I've
Halo
only-
5.
Defend.
I've only ever played Xbox, so I don't have a choice. I just only ever played Xbox. Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is, my first console was the PS2, but since when I got Xbox 360, most of my friends were on the 360, which is why I got it. And now I'm just sticking with Xbox because I prefer the controller. It
Yeah.
feels better than the PlayStation ones.
I did not prefer the PS3 controller when it was there. The PS4 controller was definitely an improvement. I hate the new Xbox One controller. So much.
I
It's
can
so
do-
bulky.
We can still use the 360 controllers for the Xbox One, though, right?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
Can you?
Conflicting.
I thought you could.
I think you
just
can.
have to- You
I
just
think
need
a
to do
device
something
you can buy
to-
for that to work.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Device you might be able to buy.
I will look into that. Because I know I can connect my 360 controller to the computer
It maybe you can
with
buy
great difficulty.
controllers for the Xbox One in the style of Xbox or something like that. Or
I'll figure it out.
yeah.
Right, so since we
Beat the system.
have someone here who has spent the last 48 hours playing Destiny 2,
Not the entire time. I admit I was playing it from 6 PM when it released until maybe
Now.
7, 8 AM the next morning. By which time it decided it wanted me to shut it and open it again. Probably for an update. I decided I should probably get some sleep. So I had maybe 4 hours sleep and then went back on it.
yeah, that's not good for you.
I wasn't even tired. I'm
That's not
tired
the point.
today.
Uh, but yeah, so Destiny 2, of course, has been released. But it doesn't seem like it's been a smooth outroll for them over the last couple of days. Some issues seem to have been discovered where people can't actually play it if they're using things like Discord to chat with people. Or
I've
if
not
they're
had that problem.
trying to record their footage using things like Fraps or XSplit or anything like that for streaming purposes. It's a little weird that stuff like this is happening. It must be something in like the actual game itself that's looking for things like cheating.
Well, I don't see why Discord would do it, because Discord's on
I think the
consoles as
overlay.
well, isn't
I
it?
think no, Discord's PC
I
only.
thought there was. Okay, I'm getting
You have
confused
you
with
have
something else.
basic voice chat on consoles and everything.
Hmm.
Like I have all. I can understand it if what you call it, because even the Battle.net launcher and everything, the overlay doesn't show up on Discord. No overlay does. So I think it has a protection on overlays itself. So
Yeah, that's what that's what Bungie seem to be saying, is that it is an overlay issue. It hasn't affected everyone, and it hasn't resulted in what seems to be bans. They have said that there has been 400 people banned on PC, but it's not because of this. They said that they are not issuing bans for the use of overlays or performance tasks, or tools rather, including Discord, XSplit, OBS, and things like that. But it must be something to do with the game detecting third-party software or something like that, and basically cutting itself before it loads in. But it will be interesting to see what actually happens with this, because most people use things like Discord for team chat.
Yeah.
A lot of people on PC don't really use in-game chat.
Because you get a load of idiots on there.
They're trying to do things like blocking OBS and things like that. Very
I
basic
bloody
stuff.
well hope not.
Well, that's what it seems to be. The
Oh,
game is
6
detecting.
hours ago, they started to unban PC gamers that had issues with Discord, I believe.
Yeah. And
So-
it's this sort of stuff that, it's a very big game. They should have expected stuff like this. How do you not even test stuff like this?
Yeah, they should have
Like-
done it in the beta.
They had
Here's the
beta
thing,
last month.
they did do it in the beta, because me, Chris, and I think it was Dan, like, we did, like, the dungeon that was available on the beta when it was on, and just, like, it was working fine for us and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure it worked pretty fine with other people. I just don't know why the full game release has caused this issue.
Well, it's obviously something for them to try and work out.
But there's never not been an issue with a game when it's come out. So if you
Yeah.
give it a few weeks, it'll probably be fine. It's
That's kind of what I'm hearing about games now. It's like games just coming out on PCs or just console, and just like there's an issue. Just like, do we not have playtesters anymore, debuggers to like find this stuff out?
Yeah,
and then they should always have them, but some companies just need to rush it and just skip over that.
I will say this: releasing a beta 2 weeks before your game comes out,
Yeah.
Not a good
terrible
idea.
time.
No.
Because if anyone is that's basically just a demo at that point. I wouldn't call it a beta. Call beta something I would test and tell you the issues of your game.
Yeah, no, typically betas these days tend to just be a stress test on servers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which, to be fair, I can sort of understand the necessity for it. You kind of want to make sure that, especially for a multiplayer game, if your servers can't handle it, then you've basically just lost every penny of profit.
That's true, but on the same sense, just the whole Call of Duty. Say if there was an instance where it's just like you shoot a certain type of area in the wall and everyone just falls through the map, just like you have now 2 weeks to fix that, and all that stuff.
I mean, the other big thing is that so many developers these days are using day one patches, day zero patches. They're effectively releasing a broken game.
Yeah.
That just it's not called for. It's definitely not something that people should be accepting. But unfortunately, we do because we like these games.
I will say this, going back to Destiny, there's kind of one thing I'm disappointed in Destiny.
Which is
The reusage of maps and renaming them.
Oh, yeah.
I
Like-
can't really speak for that because I never played the first one.
Well, what you call it? Yeah, literally the whole PvP zone is just like, this is exactly the same map, maybe with just a little bit more grass and everything, or flowers, and it's renamed something different, or any of that. It's like,
so it's
you-
just a retextured area.
yeah, it's a retextured area with a different name, but it's like, we don't even get the DLC maps from the first game either. It's just, oh, here's the base game maps. I'm
This-
a little disappointed about that.
This
Yeah, I know it takes. Yeah, I know it takes like a long time to make them, but they should at least do one or two, or maybe a few. It's...
Don't know if
But it had
anyone
a good
remembers
amount
this,
of
but
time.
it reminds me a lot of Far Cry.
Which
I don't know if
one?
anyone- I don't know if anyone remembers the issue where I don't remember exactly, but Far Cry 4
I played a lot of Far Cry 4.
used the same map as Far Cry Primal. They just reskinned it. Is that-
Really?
Is that the right ones? Let me just double check once again.
Wait, you mean Far Cry Primal used the same one as Far Cry 4?
It's
Yes,
whichever
4
one
came
came out
before.
second.
Far Cry 4 came out before Primal. Because Primal was on the Xbox One, whereas Far Cry 4 I played on the 360 and then was also on the One.
Yeah, Far Cry Primal uses Far Cry 4's map.
Yeah, so there's images like side by side, and you can see that the basic topography of the land is exactly the same. All the water and rivers run to the exact same places, and all that sort of stuff.
That
So
just
it's not
makes
as if
me
it's the
upset.
first time that this has happened. It's just very
Yeah.
what
I'm
lazy.
looking at it now and I'm like, what? Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking right now at two maps, one above the other, and you can see that everything is exactly the same. That's a complete disgrace.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's what happened there back in that time.
Right, let's not try and defend stuff like that, because then
I like being the
the devil's advocate.
that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I will admit, typically I do take that position, but things like this where it's basically been a reskin job.
Hey,
Yeah.
the land changes a bit over time, image-wise.
Even so, it's just laziness.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand if they go, oh yes, it was 1,000 years in the future, and it's the same land, but it's got different things around. But
But at the end of the day,
If
it's
it's-
also a AAA title,
Yeah.
and it costs £60 at launch. So
yeah,
it's not very defendable.
yeah,
I understand this from an indie developer and everything, all that, because
yeah,
might not have the time and everything to make a whole new landscape, or might not be that creative at the time for it. But if I'm paying something like a AAA title, I want a new map. I want this. I want to see all these new things you brought into. I don't want to feel like it's
they don't care.
Destiny 1. Just like, One thing also that kind of annoys me, but I'm guessing as it's on PC for the first time, a lot of people don't know the Destiny 1 story, is it's introducing some of the enemies like we've never faced them before. And I'm like, I have. Like the Taken
Oh.
scene, just like,
From-
these are the Taken. They were taken by this person, and just like, yeah, I don't know all this shit.
Yeah, that annoyed me, and I hadn't even played Destiny 1. It's just because I've seen people playing first
what I will
game.
say is you're not playing the same character as you were in Destiny 1, so therefore some of this is new to your character as well. So they sort of have to do that backstory. There's not much of a way of avoiding that.
Okay, so does that mean every ghost is voiced by said actor? I don't remember his name now.
Who is it? Is it still Dinklage, or is it...
No,
No, it
no.
stopped being Dinklage a long time ago.
Who is...
The ghost in Destiny.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan
Oh.
Fillion.
Yeah, that
that's it,
sounds right.
So every
Uh,
ghost is voiced by Nathan Fillion.
But yeah, so we are getting close to the end here. Now, we've talked a bit about games that have been coming out, and we talked a little bit about Spyro as a remaster, and I think what we'll do is we'll end with the question of what game would you remaster?
Oh fuck! Why?
Hmm.
Oh,
Obviously, no one can select Spyro because we talked that to death.
what game would I remaster?
Personally, I would want to see the original Metal Gear. I mean, I know they've done it for the GameCube. They've done Twin Snakes, but I would love to see a proper in the new Fox engine original Metal Gear Solid. Play as Solid Snake in Shadow Moses and go and destroy Metal Gear Rex. That was one of the earlier things I remember about the original PlayStation, and I think it would be good to play that again.
You know, I know what game I would want to be remastered.
What's
I
that?
don't know if any of you guys have heard of this, but I want the game The Legend of the Dragoon remastered.
Ooh,
I think I've heard of
I've
that.
heard of that.
I haven't played that in years.
No, I want to play again. However, it's only available in the USA PSN store. Thanks,
There's
USA.
ways around that. I'll tell you about that once we come off air.
Yeah.
That's actually a good shout. I've not played that in a very long time, and it was quite a good game. I really enjoyed that.
Anyone else with remasters?
I'm trying to think, but Spyro and Crash were the only ones I could really think of.
Lucy?
I don't know. When I was a kid, I didn't play a lot of video games, but I'll probably have something like, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, probably something like Pac-Man or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it is difficult. A lot of the things with a lot of people in video games tends to be nostalgia, but it isn't the case for everyone.
I wouldn't mind seeing the first gen Pokemon games remastered in today's Pokemon graphics.
No, that's like a sacred thing in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, no, I quite like how Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow have pretty much stayed the way they were over time. In fact, I think I actually still have a ROM for it here on the PC for Yellow. But yeah, no,
You know what?
it's-
A game I would really like for them to actually remaster properly instead of just re-releasing it on Xbox because the backwards compatible thing is Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars.
Ooh.
Oh wow, KOTOR.
Yeah.
I used to play that when I was younger, and
actually-
I loved it so much.
What did I read about that recently? I read something about KOTOR being redone or something like that.
Yeah, like they're re-releasing it on Xbox One. I think really soon, or they just did, or something. I don't know. But
Let's
around now.
see what
But
this is. I mean, who is it? Was it Star Wars 1313 or something like that was being made?
yeah,
Uh,
but I loved the story of the Old Republic, so I kind of want to go back to that.
I keep trying to play that game on my PC, and I just run into so many bugs because it's
Yeah,
on such an old operating system. It doesn't work.
yeah, I remember such good memories from it, but like I can't play it at all right now. It's just not at all playable.
Yeah. Whatever you do not fucking press tab, or you will just stay in combat stance forever. And I'm like, time to reload the game.
it's there's so many things that I mean, if you go back far enough, you've got things like Jedi Outcast and things like that were just
Yeah,
there was a real golden period in the early 2000s of Star Wars video games, and we just haven't really seen that in such a long time. So
Star Wars:
nice
The
to see
Dark
some of
Force.
Star Wars games rebuilt.
I kind of liked Force Unleashed a bit, but it wasn't.
Force Unleashed felt it had too short of a story for both games
Yeah.
to me. Just like,
It wasn't enough. It needed more.
yeah. But yeah, Star Wars: The Dark Force. Windows 98 cannot play that one bit.
Oh, don't even try on Windows 10. If you try and play that game, it goes
Yeah.
into such a small window that you can't even see anything.
I know.
I think the resolution for that was actually 144.
Oh Jesus Christ! What screen was that?
It wasn't.
I'm fairly certain that was what was it, a 320 by 144, and that is just impossible to play right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's really sad that every time there's a Steam sale, which is there a Steam sale on just now? There probably is.
Some sort of deal.
But pretty much every time there's a Steam sale, you can buy almost all of the games that have been released Star Wars related for 20 quid. And it's
Yep.
like,
And then you can't play any of
I love
them.
that, but
Yeah.
still. Nah, nothing in particular.
Yeah, what's your game then? Do you have one?
Mine's was Metal Gear. I would love to
Oh
play the
yeah, yeah.
original Metal Gear. I would love to see, well, I would love to see it done because it means they would have to bring back David Hayter to play Snake again. Don't get
I have
me
a
wrong.
question.
Go
I have a question for this. Is this Metal Gear Solid or literally the first Metal Gear
Okay,
games?
Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
I discount Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. They just don't count as real games. They were 8-bit. But I'd love to see David Hayter come back and do the full voice acting and performance capture of Solid Snake.
I have to say this: if that game ever did get a remake, the developers would hate the person who asked for this because the coding back then, when you had to for Psycho Mantis, where you had to like literally plug in your controller to slot 2 and everything. Imagine that on PS4 now. Like, I somehow have to make this a like slot 2 controller or that.
It's not that difficult. I mean, you can adjust your controller slot on the PlayStation 4 quite easily, just through the menus. So it's not a major issue.
Okay, but they'll have to make it challenging a little bit. So it's like,
I don't know if you played Metal Gear Solid 4, the Guns of the Patriots. They tried to do a similar thing in that, but because the way that the controller scheme works for the PlayStation 3, basically they made it so that they make it look like they're trying to control the controller, but it doesn't actually work. So maybe that's what they could do for it.
okay.
But no, that's definitely a big game from my childhood, and I would love to see that game in full high dynamic range color, 1080p. It would look amazing.
I wouldn't mind that either because the only Metal Gear game I've played is 5, and yeah, I've not played any of the others. But
Hold on, did
I
you
would
say
love to play the
Survive?
number 5.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Survive there and I was about to die. That is not a real Metal Gear game.
I didn't even know that was a game.
Yeah, Metal Gear Survive was the one that they worked on after Hideo Kojima left.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't count that. I don't count that.
That was
He
the,
didn't even know it existed. That's
Other
how.
Worlds
Me
one.
neither.
But no, that's not a real game, and it doesn't contribute anything. If it doesn't have the words a Hideo Kojima game, it's not Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Speaking of leaving and people leaving, it is pretty much time for us to bid adieu. So, unless there's anything else,
Nope.
Not really.
then I think we can call that a podcast. Thank you everyone for watching and listening to the CockBlockCorner episode 6. We will be back next week.
I hope you all enjoyed my embarrassing story.
We'll be one embarrassing story next week, hopefully.
We can always embarrass someone else and get them to tell that story.
Need someone else embarrassment next week.
Yeah. The big thing for next week is Extra Life. It'll be the
Oh,
yeah.
stream for Extra Life next week, so one of the things I will be doing is making sure that we talk about the 25 groups who will each be streaming for about an hour or so for Extra Life during the Rooster Teeth portion of the stream.
And those days are November 3rd and November 4th, right?
Yeah, 4th.
It is 4th and 5th.
Oh,
So the
4th and
stream
5th,
will be out
okay.
on the 3rd. Sorry, not the stream. The podcast will be out on the 3rd. The stream will be the 4th and the 5th. Then the following week is actually the Rooster Teeth one itself.
That's the 11th, right?
That's the 11th and
Yeah.
12th. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we'll have a little bit of a talk about that next week. And I'll have, hopefully by then I'll have a list of who's going to be streaming at what points, and we can talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's going to be going on then. But, you
Yeah.
know, we do have to get this edited and uploaded in a few hours, so we're going to end there. Thank you everyone for listening and watching, and see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.